Sky Squad, we are back in the building. It's your boy DJ Richie Skye, and we got to talk some Real Housewives of Atlanta news and some Real Housewives Ultimate Girls Trip news. So let's get into some things. Now, I'm going to preface this video with the fact that this part of the video, the beginning, is going to correspond to another video that I will be putting out a bit later. But I don't want to bombard. I don't want to make this video too long. Okay. So we're going to split up one of my topics into two parts. And when I get to part two, which will be in a separate video, you guys will understand the entirety of the situation. So I just want to give you guys that bit of information first. And again, I don't want to make this video too long, so I'm going to have to kind of split it up. Now, the first thing is that you guys notice that this promo photo from the Real Housewives of Atlanta made the rounds and the people were underwhelmed. I mean, honestly, the ladies look fabulous, but I mean, it's not giving the serve that it needs to give. And it most certainly did not give the amount of epicness that the following cast photo gave. Okay. There was definitely time, effort, money, and budget put into this photo, whereas this photo looked like it was put together at the very last minute. And they said, girls, get glam and come on over here and get next to this wall. Right. So when we got this photo here from the ladies, all except Marlo, we were all just our mouths just dropped to the floor. Okay, this was done by photographer Eric Robinson, who just did the doggone thing. And we are told that the ladies commissioned Eric to do this photo because they wanted to extend the promo themselves. We're going to get into the tea of it all in just 1 second, and why Marlo did not post this particular photo on her Instagram. Okay, so first things first, the ladies here are serving. There are angles. There are power poses. There is just a level of like, I mean, this is one of those moments where you see a photo and every single person in the photo served. There are angles here. It's just the photo comes to life, baby. The photo comes to life. Okay, so when you head on over to, let's go to Marlo Hampton's page. The photo that she actually posted is a similar photo, but the background is different, as you guys can see here. So we have Marlo posting a slightly different version of the photo, and I had to wonder, well, I wonder why she posted this one. And I'm thinking to myself, because Candy has commented and says, I love that you actually posted the other one. I was wondering, like, well, what was the motivation, or if they had just done, if there was just a whole lot of extra promo coming, which I have heard that there is extra promo coming, and I'm thinking that's great, right? So when you take things over to Sheree Whitfield's Instagram page and some of the other pages, actually even Marlo's too, what you guys will notice is that they did another promo video, which was a reel, and they released it on Instagram, and I just thought it was epic. As you guys can see here, this is to the song Pose by Yo Gotti featuring Megan Thee Stallion, Lil Uzi Vert, and it just gives that extra bit of zest to this whole thing right here when they do that pose, baby, and then we get each of the individual shots. It's amazing, and these are better than the cast photos. But if you pause it here, what you guys will notice is that Marlo is not in this group shot right here. Now, I've thought to myself, well, maybe she was just off to the side, right? And because it's a reel, everybody couldn't fit in the shot. Well, that is not necessarily the case. And how do we know this? Well, we got some information. We got some tea from Mr. Anthony Dominic. Okay. Now, those of you guys who may not know who Anthony Dominic is, he is the person, or at least one of the people, that confirmed that Portia would not be returning to the Real Housewives of Atlanta for the season, for this upcoming season, and that she was going to be focusing on doing her own show. And as a result of a lot of things happening, and then losing Cynthia, and then trying to find a new housewife, it seemed like filming was delayed, such that we're now getting Atlanta in the spring and not necessarily in the fall, because it typically debuts in November. Usually that first week first Sunday in November, or that first or second Sunday in November, right? So when we take things over to his Twitter page, he actually gives us the reasoning for all of this going down, which some of you guys may already know. So he says, a lot of people are asking me about the Real Housewives of Atlanta promotion. It's true that the women funded this themselves. Bravo had nothing to do with it. In fact, Bravo had no clue they were doing it. The ladies felt they needed to take marketing PR into their own hands for the upcoming season. Now, here's the thing. As I stated to you guys before, you are oftentimes allowed and even sometimes encouraged in a lot of situations to have your own PR people help you do press and get more exposure for you as a cast member. Sometimes you have to run that through the PR team at the network, and sometimes you don't. Sometimes it's just up to the network, and it depends on your contract, right? So to me, the fact that, and I want you guys to notice this, the ladies felt they needed to take marketing PR into their own hands for the upcoming season. But let's take things a step further. Now, Anthony is saying Marlo canceled at the last minute, and that's why she is not in the photo. And again, I'm going to put the alleged badge down here because you just never know. And so, again, Marlo canceled at the last minute. That's why she's not in the video promo, but was photoshopped into the photo. The ladies felt other franchises like Real Housewives of Beverly Hills get new promos, photos, and theirs are refreshed every 3 to 4 years. And that's why Real Housewives of Atlanta stays top tier. It's because they are taking matters into their own hands. Because again, these ladies don't have to take matters into their own hands because they're continuously getting updated promo photos. Why not Atlanta? That's a good question, especially when Atlanta is usually a huge ratings juggernaut. Now, I will tell you that the last season, Beverly Hills came out as the ratings winner last year, but Atlanta is always still usually in the top. Now, getting into why Marlo posted the photo that I think it's gray background, but I'm not sure. I could be, because y'all know I'm colorblind, and not the peach one. Anthony says, also, Marlo is the only housewife who posted this gray photo on IG. All the women agreed the peach one was the one they wanted, and there was retouching done with it. Marlo did it to spite a certain housewife. Okay. Now, which housewife do you think that it was? In my opinion, it was most likely Kenya Moore, because we know that Kenya and Marlo are currently still in a beef. Now, we also know that I have to wonder, depending on how crazy the beef with Marlo and Kenya gets, if Marlo will be gunning for that first chair next to Andy Cohen on her first season as a full-time peach holder. We will just have to wait and see. Okay. So then, the other thing that Anthony says is the ladies of Real Housewives of Atlanta also shot their own self-funded promo. It's coming soon. You'll still get the Bravo one that is old videos of the returning ladies and new videos of the new ladies. Again, took it into their own hands. I love these ladies, but why do they need to take these matters into their own hands? Why isn't Bravo putting forth the promotion for all of this in the way that we feel like they should? Because we know that the coins are there. And so Anthony also asked this question here. Which show have you seen more promo for? I actually voted in this poll right here, and most people said 62%, 62.9% of the people said that they've seen more promo for the Real Housewives of Beverly Hills, even though Real Housewives of Atlanta is the show that is premiering first. Now, some of this could be because of the Garcelle and Erica Jane and Kathy Hilton versus Lisa Rinna and Kyle Richards, stuff. And then some of this, and Candy has been on the promotional trail for her show and Atlanta. I've seen Kenya out on the promotional trail, and I'm now seeing Marlo out on the promotional trail. But has it been enough, right? So it just kind of leaves you to wonder what is going on. So we're going to get into the second part of this in the next video, which will likely be tomorrow morning, because I'm going to go into some more detail, but I need to do just a bit more research first. So stand by for that. In the meantime, I do have a little bit of Real Housewives Ultimate Girls Trip 2 tea for you guys. So let's get into that. And for that, oh, and shout out to Queens of Bravo for the information on that first story, because that's where I first saw the tweets from Anthony Dominic. So I did want to make sure that I acknowledge that. And then we're going to take things over to Bravo by Betches, because they have an update on what went down on the Real Housewives Ultimate Girls Trip Season 2. Now, apparently, Dorinda went on Brandy Glanville's podcast and dropped some interesting breadcrumbs about the new season. They apparently added one more episode than was originally planned because there was so much drama. Dorinda says they got 2 whole episodes just from the first day alone. Dorinda and Brandy had drama with each other during filming, but apparently are now very, very close. Okay. They're very close. Dorinda was surprised by how big of a production it was and said that there were like 100 people at Bluestone Manor, which is her home in the Berkshires where they filmed. She says she doesn't even have Peacock yet and is hoping that they give her a login for free, which is wild to me. She said that Jill and Taylor were the 2 people in the house who were trying to plan things with producers. Everyone else was more authentic, which is very interesting to me. Not surprising on the Jill part, which no shade to you, Jill, but Taylor, I'm kind of shocked by. She says they were both exhausted after filming, and Dorinda cried when she realized they were only halfway done, because apparently they were supposed to only film for like maybe 4 days, but they ended up filming for like 7 or 8 days, I think. Then they said they're both hoping for a reunion because they think everyone will be mad again after seeing the season. And apparently, Brandy blacked out at least twice during the 8 days of filming. So y'all know this is about to be litty in the city. And apparently, allegedly, I've heard that the new season will start on June 23rd, which is, I think, a Thursday. Let me look at my calendar real quick just to give you guys the update. And of course, they've said that Bravo has been moving things around, so that could definitely change. But the 23rd is a Thursday. So we should be getting some promo for it. They've been finishing shooting their confessionals. We should be getting promo for it in the next, I would say, couple of weeks. So be on the lookout for that. And we'll get finally the return of Miss Phaedra Parks to our television screen, and I cannot wait. Now, that's all the tea for now. Be on the lookout for part 2 of this video. Again, I didn't want to make it all extra long because there's a lot more information to cover, and I think it will all make sense to you once you see the next video. All right? I will catch you guys in the next.